Welcome to 144,000 teachers, the first fruits unto God and to the land. Whatever your purpose in coming to this training conference, we believe it was not by accident and that you will be blessed. Before starting to give you a tour of 144,000 teachers and generation 144K, the school of the highest order, let us pray. Loving Father, thank you for sending your Holy Spirit now that we might be guided into all truth. And we ask this in the name of our Redeemer. Hallelujah. Let us give you a tour. Of course, we encourage you to visit the pages in the menu, as you will have an opportunity, hopefully, during this conference. And we want you to understand that we are a school that empowers knowledge, but it's knowledge with understanding, like the old Hebrew way of teaching. It is a unique educational system that offers a better way of life. We are a school of health based on the principles of true education and a unique lifestyle business opportunity. We encourage you to peruse this video, True Education, an explosive revelation infinitely older than creation. We believe also at 144,000 teachers that we should actually live in the country and work and visit the city to pass on this knowledge. Beside 144,000 teachers, we have 5 websites altogether. The 4 others are Numbers 1317, Four Winds Publications, Grandparents Mediation, and Biblical Calendar Movement. And these will be presented along the way during this conference. Now, as we enter into the menu, into another section, City and Country Living. This is very, very important for us, from city to country living. We believe that with all the events that are happening today more than ever, we must find some sustainable way of living without depending on the grid, especially with what is happening all around us. We know that in the country, there are ways we can find to grow food and even to provide with heating if we need to when it's cold, and as well natural remedy that are right there in nature. So what we offer actually is the School of Agriculture, the ABC of Education, the School of Agriculture, a garden covering, the School of Agriculture, including New Moon and Sabbaths, a School of Ministry of Healing today, and a School of the Highest Order, True Education. These will be actually combined in the presentation along the way in the next 12 days, but we will specifically follow the agenda of the School of the Highest Order. So if at any time you would like to revise what you will see for the next day, we have attempted to bring it all up to date, even with newer subjects than when we have in the precedent here, which are quite young. This page is very, very young, but there are always new, beautiful truths that we need to discover. And this is what we intend to present to you. Going again into another section of the menu, Generation 144K. Although this is definitely a school of the highest order and presented to children as a homeschooling program, and it can be adapted as well, not only homeschooling, but it can be a full school like we have with our children in many areas. We also want to encourage the adult to get involved with these studies. They are very, very advanced studies. It starts actually for beginners, and then we go to intermediate and advanced. And you'll be surprised. You may think that it's only for little children, but these little children are learning a lot. And the program that we offer actually can be described here. We have divided it in a few sections to make it easier. And the first section is True Education, Generation 144K, the School of the Highest Order. And in this particular section, we do demonstrate what is the program and also the books that we recommend both to for adult and children to learn. And in the second section, True Education, the universal laws enunciated and illustrated with applied sciences. And these actually are still in progress, but we have been presenting them for a number of years, but we're bringing the portfolio together as far as agriculture, anatomy, astronomy, chemistry, geography. We have many, many different titles here that you can see. Natural remedy, we're not going to name them all. They're right here and you can visit them. Pathology, physics, physiology, and you will understand further as we go along why are we into all this advanced science for children and for adults. You will see. The section 3 represents another important teaching, which is the secret. True education is by enunciating the universal laws of the Creator, and we use those universal laws and illustrate them through the science of the applied science and the unseen. And the unseen would be something as biblical calendar, the pillars of faith, prophecies, religious liberty on trial. And then we have also studies on the Sabbath, the sanctuary, the statute and the judgment, steps to health, synchronism and chronology, and many, many other important studies like world religion, for example. Why are there so many religions? And are they all the religion that will bring us to heaven like it is being claimed? And the last section is actually the library. And this library is particular to this section. These are actually past study that we have still gathered together. We're keeping a few of them for our library that we can mount here on our website and show here. And there are actually live videos showing how in the past few years we have developed our program with children. And you will see actually children as young as 4 years old and 8, 9 years old. And these children are actually capable of answering questions in chemistry, anatomy. They know how many brain nerves they have, how many body nerves they have. You will see. It's very, very interesting to see how children can grasp this wonderful truth of applied sciences. And it's a joy to teach them because children are definitely interested. And if you capture their interest, they will keep on studying. And all that based on true education using the principle of the universal laws enunciated by the Creator. And basically, then we present them, illustrate them to sciences. Now, the next part here that we want to show you, we will bypass a few of the menu pages, but you will want to visit them yourself. This is actually standing on trials for your beliefs. We believe at 144,000 teachers that we should be prepared to answer for our belief. And it's not sufficient to say that, oh, the people are ignorant, they don't know anything. No, people are not that ignorant. Actually, it may not be the right knowledge, but they have knowledge. And then the challenge is if they challenge us for what we believe. So here are again exercises that you will go through. And it's not just full of giving you knowledge, but you will be tested on that knowledge. And actually, we have professionals that can question you on these particular truths here that are based on charges and evidence. And this is like a trial. You're going to go to court. And these are very interesting because it's volunteer. It's voluntary. You don't have to be forced to answer. But people have enjoyed it so far ever since we have done these programs. And it's a good way of testing yourself what you believe or why you believe this. Many people do not know what they believe. And this is actually really the test that we're presenting here. So let's see if you will pass that test. Then as we go to another section of the menu, which is called 1844, this is a fairly new page in our menu, though the material is not new, it's quite old. But it was in archives for many, we could say decades, if not century. And we have been able to obtain this wonderful material that we want to share with you at this time. And there are many secrets in this particular page, and we will not reveal it at this time. There is actually a secret door that you need to be able to open. You just need to search for it, and we will not tell you at this time where it is because it's not open right now as we're scrolling down. And this represents actually numerous years of study and bringing it together and finally obtaining this manuscript that we will show you as we go along in our study in this conference. You will not want to miss any of them. And of course, the agenda will allow you to return to that study if you have not quite understood or you want to go further into the research. So this is definitely a challenge for everyone. So be ready because it will be definitely something special to see and to visit. In another page that we will take you, we will not take too much of the time right now because we have many, many more things to present to you, is our library, where, any library, that this hide a lot of secret too between those pages. So you will want to go to the library freely, and it's all referenced. You will find a lot of beautiful information in here that you may never have heard of. And we do use the fair use for educational purposes as a charitable incorporated corporation. So we are definitely covered with our material. And we have obtained many, many permission also to present this material. However, when it's simply for teaching knowledge, a school is not obligated to get a copyright of all the books that they use in their studies. As well, we have this section that we encourage you in the menu to come to after the library, and it's called Contact. And you're not obligated to do so, but it's simply for our record. We encourage people to register. We have simplified the formula. It used to be a little bit more elaborate, but now it's simply a small, short page, a bit like filling up an application online. And it recommends only for you to give us your name, your phone number, your email address, a complete home address with code and country. And of course, if you are a member of a church, a group, an affiliation, and if not, you will have to say none, because if you submit any of these, have a little red star, so they need to be filled up. Don't worry, we're not selling any of these information to anyone. But if you feel so, don't register, which is fine with us. We just wanted to find out who are the people interested in our teaching. Now, as we introduce you now to another website, we have told you we have 5. We just presented you right now with 144,000 teachers. But this one is our oldest one, established in 2001, actually written in 1998 after many, many years of experience in traveling and studying and encountering many, many different religions. We felt inspired in 1998 to lift up this message into a book. First, it came out as not so much a book as a manuscript. And then over the years, when website came out, we're not that young, And so when the website came out, it became a website. And everything is identical the way it was written. It was just a matter for giving. In those days, we had those tiny little Diskette. It was not CDs. They was called Diskette. And the Diskette was prepared exactly identical to what you see when you visit the school numbers 1317. And you may have already noticed what is written here, survivors. And look at it. School preparing intelligent, educated survivors. If you didn't make up the name, it's actually related to Numbers chapter 13, verse 17 from the Bible. So we'll let you. We have a lot of enigma like this in our writing, so you can find them and see what is the meaning of it. And also remember, we have this third one here. We have 3 websites in that particular website that you can simply click, and you will enter now the one with for the freedom of speech, the freedom of expression, and also, of course, liberty, religious liberty. So we'll just give you a short scroll here again in order to show you what you have to expect. And yes, this is a picture from Auschwitz, although we were never prisoner in Auschwitz. Thank God we're not that old yet. But as a missionary, we were able to visit Auschwitz while we were in Poland. And it's a very sad sight, even though there is no longer any persecution in that camp. But it's a reminder of never forgetting history lest we repeat it. So what we would like to show you now is the table of contents so that you will have an idea of what you will be studying in this conference and even further studies that we have all over our websites. This is all studies combining the sanctuary and different titles. And you will be seeing this in this conference as well. The first four being the sanctuary. Then you have here the health message. Then you have prophecy as it develops. And we have actually interpretation of present day prophecy, which fits like a glove with the past history. And then we have here what is coming up, which we believe is right around the corner. And then, of course, we have the law of our Creator that we teach not only from the spiritual side, but also from the physical side, not only from the abstract, but also from the concrete. So it has a lot of medical research into it. And we always give you the reference for your perusal and for your research. And then we have also something very interesting that you will see in the agenda having to do with the dead and the UFO. Very interesting. And of course, we have this particular program now of the 12 steps to health that we have combined with steps to Christ. And this is particularly geared not only for people who have drinking problem or drugs problem, though it's based on the concept of Alcoholics Anonymous with permission. We were permitted to do that in 1981. And so this is presenting a therapy group, a group therapy for people who want to better themselves. And whether it is because you have an addiction and you suffer from alcohol or cigarette or drugs, or whether it's simply for knowing yourself and how to better your character, this is the perfect program. We will have one session per day for 12 days on the 12th step, which will show you how to use it and teach it as well. And of course, the last one, but not the least, the file 25 is absolutely full of beautiful discovery as well that you may never have heard of, which has to do with synchronism and chronology in the Bible. Now, this is the one that we will start with showing you this particular coming week that we were mentioning, the 12 steps to health. This one is actually new for everyone, even the old timer. If you're a newcomer, they do not know this one too. This has been existing for a long time. We have mainly presented it in prison. We have done a lot of prison ministry, maximum and minimum security prison, and it works really well because many people don't like to declare that they have a drinking or a drug problem, which is fine, but we can reach them too by simply going with 12 steps to health. So you'll see how to proceed with it because it combines a lot of emphasis on not only the spiritual, but the physical. And now to better our health, and if we need cleansing, what do we do to get rid of those? And also parasite, and as I said, even deliverance from those addictions. So they're effective, and they have been actually definitely, we wouldn't say experimented with, but proven being efficient. And of course, we have again from country to city living that we're coming back to. And now we want to show you what we're going to be using this week for the menu. And this has to do with our agenda. So we're going to just show you quickly, and we will be closing on this particular session because you will see we could talk about it forever. The first day you will have He Paid the Ransom. And we chose the title in particular for a good reason. You will see as you go along learning these wonderful truths. And I'm not going to tell you the days, just read it with us. Nothing but the truth. Born to live, disobey and die, time out, electrical shock, body repair, the dead and UFOs. You will hear of wars. No deception, such a time as this. Preference or conviction. So we hope and pray that you will enjoy this study, and not only for yourself, but that you will be prepared as a lifestyle educator to return to the countries where you come from, whether it's in the north, the south, the east, and the west of this world. You will spread this message because you will see at the very end how it emphasizes a lot of points that you may never have thought about before. And do you know why? Because we human have point of view, but our Creator has a view of all the points, so we can trust Him. May the Lord bless you and cause His face to shine upon you and give you peace until we meet very soon. God bless you.